Hello, and today I'll be looking at how Macbeth, both the original play and the retold version, convey guilt and ambition, and how these two excellent ideas are told and connected. Shakespeare's plays, including Macbeth, are often associated as being old-fashioned and bland, mostly because they are made more than 400 years ago. But that couldn't be further from the truth, as Macbeth expertly conveys the truth about the world, human nature, and expresses ideas that are still very relevant in today's modern world. Ideas such as ambition and guilt. These ideas make Macbeth so timeless that it is still being retold in plays, books, and films today. For example, Shakespeare retold Macbeth, set in a high-class London kitchen. Shakespeare wrote Macbeth in a very different world from the one we know today. Lords, kings, and the church still had all the power, and gender roles were much more confined to what we know them to be today. But what he said is still very relevant in the modern world. Ambition is a powerful force that, if manipulated, can very easily lead to heartbreak and guilt. Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of thy imperial theme. Macbeth says this line right after he becomes Thane of Cawdor, and realizes that the path that the witches prophesied for him might actually become true. He may become king. Happiness prologues, happy beginnings. It expertly conveys the nervous but excited emotion that Macbeth is pondering towards his future. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. In this quote, Lady Macbeth is expressing her inner emotion. Like a lot of the lines in the play, Shakespeare makes his characters straight out tell the audience what they are thinking. But they do that in a clever, unique way that doesn't break the fourth wall, and keeps the viewer readily engaged in what's happening. She states how she views her husband, a strong man that is too weak to make the strong decisions, which explains her actions going forward and sets up her motives for the next part of the play, all in one exhilarating line. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No! This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red. Out, damn spot, out, I say, 1, 2. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth don't experience the extreme emotional torment the same way, as guilt beats them down very differently. And Shakespeare did this purposely to show how power and guilt affects genders in different ways. Macbeth was torn apart, but still managed to articulate in an almost poetic manner, saying beautiful words like multitudinous and incarnadine, while the guilt turned Lady Macbeth crazy, so to speak. Her lines showing her guilt are more blunt one-word phrases like, damn spot. Macbeth Retold aired in 2005 on BBC, and was a part of their Shakespeare Retold collection. It was directed by Mark Brazel, and was set in a high-class London kitchen. I'll talk about two different visual images in the film that help modern audiences understand and relate to the original Shakespeare play. This first image uses heavy foreshadowing to allude to the fact that things aren't going to end well for Joe Macbeth. The knives are literally already turned against him. While the second image is a reoccurring one in which Macbeth is getting severe visions of blood, the blood that is on his hands. This is a clear, straightforward image that viewers can easily understand as Macbeth's guilt. Shakespeare's plays have so many ideas and statements that the general public would be so interested if given a chance. That's why I personally think Macbeth Retold is excellent, because it lays out the same themes in a modern, easily accessible setting. I think it's just extraordinary how Shakespeare has come up with these ideas that are still relevant in today's world.